Yes, welcome back. Let's read the next one. I'm not getting up my bed.
Gigafactory Berlin-Brandenburg. Coordinates 52°2344 and 13°4727 Gigafactory Berlin-Brandenburg IGA Berlin-Brandenburg under construction in Grunheide, on the edge of a highway with an industrial park in the distance. Giga Berlin-Brandenburg under construction in October 2021 map. Build 2019-2021 operated March 2022 location Grunheide, Mark, Germany coordinates 52°2344 and 13°4727 Industry Automotive Products Tesla Model Y Employees 11,500 Area 3 km 2, 1.2 square mi, 740 acres, Address Tesla Strasse 1 Owner, S. Tesla. Incorporated website eTesla.com/Giga Berlin. Gigafactory Berlin-Brandenburg, also known as Giga Berlin or Gigafactory 4.1, is a manufacturing plant for Tesla Inc. in the municipality of Grunheide, Mark, in the Brandenburg state of Germany. 2, 3, 4, 5. The campus is located 35 kilometers, 20 mi. Southeast of central Berlin and some 8 kilometers, 5 mi, southeast of the Berlin state boundary at Erkner and Ransdorf. Proximity to Berlin-Brandenburg Airport, about 20 kilometers or 12 mi west, was explicitly cited as a factor in choosing the site. It is Tesla's first manufacturing location in Europe. 6. The facility and its Brandenburg location were announced by Tesla CEO Elon Musk on the 12th of November, 2019, at the Das Golden Lenkrad Awards show. The factory is planned to produce batteries, battery packs and powertrains for use in Tesla vehicles, and also assemble the Tesla Model Y, with a proposed start of production in 2021. 7. 3. Construction work had already begun by early 2020 with site preparation and foundation work underway. 8. According to a January 2020 publication by the local environmental agency, the factory was expected to begin operations in July 2021. 9. It was delayed due to administrative troubles. However, the GigaFest celebration of completion was held in October 2021. 10. On 22 March 2022, the factory was officially opened. 11. 12. History. Planning and locating, 2015-2018. Initial discussion of a Tesla Gigafactory in Europe occurred as early as 2015. 13. The factory was then thought to be a combined electric battery manufacturing facility and automobile factory. 14. 15. In 2016, Tesla was anticipating to announce the factory in 2017. 16. 17. The factory had earlier been occasionally referred to as Gigafactory 2 prior to the 22nd of February, 2017. When Tesla began to refer to the Solar City Gigafactory in Buffalo, New York as Gigafactory 2. By 2017, the Europe Gigafactory was expected to be named either Gigafactory 4 or 5. 18. 19. In November 2019, it became Gigafactory 4, 20, and then Gigafactory Berlin-Brandenburg. Freienbrink Industrial Estate and Construction Site. In April 2020, more than 10 European countries had campaigned to have the factory located within their jurisdictions. 21. 22. In April 2016, a French minister suggested turning Fission to be shut at Fessenheim nuclear power plant into Gigafactory 2. 23. 24. 25. Supported by two ministers. 26. 27. The Dutch Minister of Economic Affairs, Henk Kamp, announced plans to attract Tesla later in 2016, 28, and campaigned for the plant at several locations. 29. They promoted the idea of synergy with the European headquarters of Tesla, already located in the Netherlands, which is a finishing plant. 30. The Czech Republic near Prague was reported as a possibility in 2016. A nearby 330,000 tons, 360,000 tons, lithium deposit was thought a relevant factor at the time. 31. Germany's then Federal Minister for Economic Affairs and Energy, Sigmar Gabriel, stated that Tesla was in talks with the government during 2015 over a Gigafactory there. 13. Authorities, companies and over 100,000 citizens in the Lower Lusatia region, 100 kilometers, 62 mi, southeast of Berlin, near the Germany-Poland border, urged Tesla to consider siting a factory in their region, close to the Czech lithium. They suggested the Eurospeedway laws its four derivatists, along with Decree. 32. Portugal pursued the plant in 2016 with an internet campaign and governmental negotiations. 33. 34. Portugal has the largest lithium reserves in Europe. 35. Paterna, Spain, 36, was also in pursuit of being selected by late 2016. 37. 22. Finland's city of Vaasa announced a government-supported initiative to attract the factory in 2016, citing both nearby lithium carbonate deposits, a large refinery for cobalt and an annual 50,000 ton nickel production. 38, 39, 40. Lithuania drew the attention of Tesla, 41, in January 2017 when the local gaming community united to recreate the potential Gigafactory in the virtual world of Minecraft. 42. The Estonian government was also pursuing Tesla to be selected, claiming a good geographical and logistical location, plus 140 MW renewable energy with total control over pricing for the factory in Pakri Smart Industrial City at Pakri Peninsula. 43, 44. There was intense competition among European countries to host the Gigafactory because of its expected significant contribution to the economy. The sprawling facility, which is expected to be one of the largest manufacturing lines in Europe, will need a considerable number of employees despite many highly automated processes. There is also a concerted effort in the region to encourage battery manufacturing since it is viewed as a strategic economic measure due to an increasing global transition towards renewable energy. 45. A 2018 report revealed, for instance, that the world will need at least 25 more Gigafactories by 2025. 46. The projected uptick in demand for electric cars and in-home power storage systems is causing concern about a European fuel dependency on Asia, which, as of early 2018, accounted for 88% of global battery manufacturing capacity. 47. By 2018, European governments were providing subsidies and incentives to companies like Tesla as well as local battery manufacturing startups like Norvolt and Terra to build production infrastructure within its borders. 48. According to Matthias Machnig, State Secretary of the German Economy Ministry, we are in the center of the biggest and deepest change in the automotive industry since its beginning. We would be naive to think we can handle battery technology as a commodity that can be bought anywhere in the world. 47. Construction and opening, 2019-2021. Grunheide, Tesla construction site in the background on the 12th of November, 2019. The selection of the Brandenburg location for the Gigafactory 4 facility was officially announced by Tesla CEO Elon Musk on at the Das Golden Lenkrad Awards show, held in Berlin. Giga Berlin is expected to produce batteries, battery packs and powertrains for use in Tesla vehicles. It will also do assembly of the Tesla Model Y, which had been previously announced for Gigafactory 4 in March 2019. Construction of the facility was then planned to begin in early 2020, with a proposed start of production in late 2021. 7.3. Musk also announced the establishment of a new design and development center in nearby Berlin. 49. By February 2020, environmental challenges had been cleared in court decisions which allowed vegetation and the site to begin being cleared. 50. Construction work had begun by May 2020 with initial foundation work underway, the setup of the first 4 construction cranes, and the beginning of the arrival of trainloads of building materials including pillars and beams. 8. Musk has stated the construction will come together at an impossible seeming speed due to the use of prefabricated construction techniques. 51. On the 9th of October 2021, Tesla held the Gigafactory Berlin-Brandenburg County Fair where they invited 9,000 local guests to tour the factory. 52. Approval and production, 2022. In March 2022, the government of Brandenburg granted Giga Berlin-Brandenburg its final environmental approval. 53. However, the approval did not give Tesla the capacity to immediately start. 54. On 22 March 2022, Giga Berlin was officially opened. Several protesters gathered outside the facility to raise their concerns. 11. 12. By the 29th of April, the factory started to produce Model Y performance with 2,170 cells. 55. Later in December it was reported that the company faced issues with filling positions, working conditions retaining trained employees, and a high level of absenteeism at the factory. 56. 57. The ramp-up of Gigafactory Berlin has been meticulously tracked and made easily known through Tesla Inc. Publicly announcing the factory's achievements once accomplished, on the 17th of June, 2022, Gigafactory Berlin reportedly reached a run rate of 1,000 units per week, 58, and by the 25th of March, 2023, Gigafactory Berlin hit a 5,000 units per week. 59. Gigafactory Berlin-Brandenburg description. Gigafactory Berlin-Brandenburg will manufacture batteries, battery packs, powertrains and seats with work including casting, stamping, painting, drivetrain assembly and final assembly of Model Y and future models with an annual capacity eventually reaching 500,000 cars. 9. 60. Initial production will be of the Tesla Model Y. 61. 3. The expected cost for the factory is around €4 billion. 62. Site and landscape. The campus is 35 kilometers, 20 mi, southeast of central Berlin on the Berlin-Ruhr Railway, which forms the north border of the site between Erkner Station and Pfangskreuz Railway Station, and the A10 motorway, which forms the west border. 63. 64. Extending north from the 1 square kilometer, 0.4 square mi, GVZ Friedensbrink Logistics Center. 65. 66. 67. Theria was an undeveloped 3 square kilometer, 1.2 square mi, greenfield land site designated industrial zone. 68. It was planned as a location for a BMW car factory around the year 2000, but BMW chose Saxony instead. 69. Much larger pine meadows in a landscape scale conservation. 70. surround Brink and a state-owned man-made forest of low-quality monoculture harvest-ready planted pine. 71. 72. Trees occupied site, and authorities expected Tisla to mitigate felling by planting new trees of more diverse variety. 73. 74. 75. 160 hectares of vegetation was cleared for the factory, and by 2022, 265 hectares of new multiple species forest had been planted elsewhere. The pines are planned to be reforested with additional species.